Hello, I'm Seth Clevenger, Managing Editor of Features at Transport Topics. I'm here with Eugene Mulero, our congressional reporter, and we just got back from ATA's Management Conference and Exhibition in Orlando, Florida. We'd like to take a few minutes to recap some of the highlights of this year's conference. So one of the things that really stood out this year was a lot of focus on the driver shortage. And ATA President Chris Spear said it's not enough to just talk about an issue like the driver shortage and workforce development. You know, the industry really needs to look at ways to really resolve this issue that's been a chronic problem for the industry for many years. And to that end, ATA did create a subcommittee on workforce development that'll be chaired by John Smith of CRST. During the conference, Labor Secretary Alex Acosta and Transportation Secretary Elaine Chao also talked about labor issues in general and how it could affect the trucking industry. Beyond that, they also discussed tax reform and infrastructure. Eugene, could you tell us a little bit more about their remarks on those topics?
It was very significant to have two cabinet secretaries there. First, when we start about the Secretary Acosta at Labor, he really not only touched on a willingness to work with industry on driver recruitment and apprenticeships, but he also emphasized the need for a tax reform, a tax package that could facilitate the hiring of new employees. And on tax, pivoting from tax reform to infrastructure funding, Secretary Elaine Chao was declarative that the Trump administration is going to take on infrastructure immediately after the Congress approves tax reform. That was very newsy. That actually led the national conversation in transportation news, what the Secretary said at MCNE. And going forward, there was a theme from both secretaries on their willingness to sit on the table and bring in industry, and the trucking industry being a big player.
Okay. Also at MCNE, ATA welcomed Dave Manning of TCW Inc. as its new chairman. He succeeds Kevin Birch, who many of you, of course, know very well as our chairman for the last year. I understand that Dave Manning spent some time talking about infrastructure as well at the conference.
He really told the membership how critical it is to have new money put into the transportation network to alleviate congestion at the freight corridors. And it was very, he was very well received with a standing ovation, and you could tell that this is on everybody's to-do list to really work with Congress to draw attention to the need for more money.
Okay. And another topic that was got a lot of attention at MCNE this year was automated driving technology. This has been a hot topic in the industry for some time, and ATA has now officially adopted a policy on this topic. So it's a 21-point document that formally spells out ATA's position on any number of issues related to the emergence of automated driving technology in the trucking industry. There were also several speakers at MCNE that addressed this, and educational sessions. One of the speakers was Larry Burns, former executive at GM, who really kind of pointed out some of the possibilities that we could see in the years and decades ahead. And it's an exciting time for the industry to really think about what the future might look like. Beyond that, in the exhibit hall, we saw many of the usual displays of all the latest equipment, technology, and on the lines of technology, there were a lot of new product announcements related to the electronic logging device mandate. So ELDs, of course, are top of mind for the industry right now as we get closer and closer to that December 18th implementation date for the ELD mandate. And Eugene, what else did you hear about ELDs at MCNE?
Well, the State of the Industry address, ATA President Chris Spear, he really, I want to say, ended the argument that, the industry, everybody has to move on from trying to push for delays on Capitol Hill, and it's time to prepare for the mandate. You know that we've been hearing this from executives, we've been hearing this from experts and analysts. Chris Spear has been talking about this. He really made it very crystal clear on the State of the Industry address that it's just, to quote him, it's time to move on.
Sure. Well, those are the top highlights from MCNE this year. If you want to read more, I encourage you to go to ttn.ws to read our full coverage, and also check out the October 30th issue of Transport Topics. Thank you for watching.